Hey, so today I'm gonna do a video on 15 facts about weed, because I've had a lot of people be like, you smoke weed, like, if you saw my first video that had facts about me, people are like, like, that's against the law, blah, 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 like, that's so bad for you. So today we're gonna talk about weed. Okay, so, I just want to say, I am a weed supporter. Smoke weed. Like, if you're sad, smoke weed. You want to die, smoke weed. Like, you're depressed, smoke weed. You have a headache, smoke weed. Like, if you don't feel good, make yourself feel good, and it's somewhat natural. Okay, so for fact number 1, I want to make a point that this is scientifically proven facts. I got all of these offline, and so I guess that doesn't mean that they're true, but they're from actual, like, scientific websites. So, for number 1, 0 deaths. None. Nobody has ever died from smoking weed. Ever. Nobody's ever OD'd. Nobody's anything. Ever died. Nobody ever died from weed. So, also, like, it takes almost 800 joints to kill you. If you smoke 800 joints and you die, it's mainly because you have carbon monoxide poisoning. So you don't even die because of weed. You got carbon monoxide poisoning. So everybody remember that, for real. Because, like, I'm so sick of hearing how terrible this shit is for you, and it's not. It's used for medical treatment. For people with cancer, it slows down your cancer cells. And I know a lot of people who have had cancer, and smoking weed helps them. My dad, before he died in 2009, had epilepsy, and he would smoke weed to help his epilepsy. So, it's also used for AIDS patients, to keep them out of pain. It's really good, and it's for a lot of different medical uses. If you have depression, I would suggest you smoke weed instead of taking pills. Like, pills are going to break down your liver and stuff, and smoking weed isn't, like, perfect, but it's pretty good. Like, it's better to eat weed, like, make brownies or whatever, like, put it in your spaghetti, for God's sake, whatever you want. Like, put it in butter, make butter for your toast in the morning. But weed is a very beneficial product. Like, there are millions and millions and millions and millions of products that could be made if we used hemp and grew marijuana. We can make fuel, rope, clothes, plastic, paper. And fuel is one of the big things that has been, like, in the news lately. Oh, fuel prices are so expensive. Like, why don't you try hemp fuel? That might be a little bit more expensive, but it might also help with our fuel costs and a lot of other problems that we've had. If the United States all completely legalized it, they would be able to make millions and millions and millions of dollars. And, like, think about that. Like, they're making all this money, and think about all the jobs that growing weed could give. Like, the growers would have jobs, and they'd have people who help them. Then, like, the dealers would be making money. Like, everybody would make money along the way. And you could even tax it. Like, fuck. And make billions and billions of dollars. And then the United States could get out of debt. Like, that's a huge thing that we need to be focusing on. Like, we owe a lot of people a lot of money. And we should worry about that. Like, you should never owe anybody money. You should be honest and always pay it back. Like, for real, weed's effects aren't as devastating is alcohol. Alcohol completely clouds your brain, makes it uneasy, unable to think, unable to do simple tasks. And weed doesn't do that. I mean, it makes you tired, it makes you hungry, but that's about it. Like, the most dangerous thing you're gonna do on weed is go sit on your couch, watch some TV, eat some munchies, and pass out. Like, really? Who is that hurting here? Like, at least you're not out driving, running over children and shit. For real. Like, and that was a little blunt, and I'm sorry if, like, you find that hella blunt, but seriously, there's so many people who are texting and driving, and that's even more dangerous than smoking weed. Like, seriously. Think about it. Like, because if you smoke weed, you know what I'm talking about, for real. And if you smoke weed, you are a badass motherfucker. Right here, right now. Like, I'm telling you that right now. Because, you know, there's so much shit that you should stand up for. And something you should stand up for is the benefits of marijuana. I mean, there's thousands of people that it can help. And it can even help people who don't smoke it. What a shock. So, anyways, getting off track. 25 million people in the United States last year reported that they had smoked weed at least once in their life. That's a lot of people. And, like, the government's trying to say, oh, weed's so bad, you're gonna die. Like, no, not even, dude. So, a couple of benefits, you know, talk about growing weed. Weed can grow pretty much in any environment. Dry, wet, damp. It can grow anywhere, which benefits everywhere in the world. It's just like, it's so easy to grow, and it's natural, and we can make it more natural than it is now, and we can benefit from it in so many different ways, helping make houses and clothes and all sorts of things. And it's a renewable source, which is like this huge thing. Like, trees are renewable, but it takes them a hella long time to grow. If you just grow weed, like, you're gonna have hemp and hemp and hemp and hemp and hemp, and, like, you're not damaging the environment. And we could stop cutting down trees and just use hemp. Like, think about it. I mean, seriously, nobody sits around and is just like, wow. Like, I mean, unless you're a stoner. But nobody sits around and is like, oh my gosh, like, weed could do this, 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 and this for us. Like, our kids could have a future because a shit ton of trees are going to grow and the environment's going to be saved, and so there's going to be a long time for them to live. Like, I think that's good. You know, and in 6000 BC in China, they used to eat hemp seeds as food. So you can even eat hemp. Like, it's good for you. Like, that's gonna help the poor kids and the poor families, like, all over. Like, nobody thinks about, oh, like, America has poor kids, kids who don't eat at night. They're always like, oh, poor African kids in Africa, like, they're starving all the time. Like, I'm sorry, if we're gonna worry about something, we should worry about the poor in our country and take care of our country and get our shit together first. You know, a little fun fact. October 1937, Samuel Caldwell was the first person to be arrested in the United States for marijuana charges. Bet you didn't know that. Well, and in 2007, nearly 900,000 people got arrested for marijuana-related charges. Like, dude, that's bullshit. Like, so many people are going to jail, and these cops, like, they're happy they get to put them in jail. Like, they make money off that shit. and so do all the jails and all the rich people who own the jails. Like, bullshit, bro. Bullshit. All these people are doing is looking to fuck people's lives up and put them in jail so that they can make more and more money off them. In 2003, Canada was the first country to legalize medical marijuana. That shows something. Like, Canada, if you look at their state, like, their country as a whole, it's not terrible. Like, people aren't going to jail all the time. Like, there aren't that many orphans. Like, there's not a shit ton of dead kids laying in the street or anything like that. 13 United States have legally and compassionately made laws for marijuana. Those 13 states are Cali, Colorado, Alaska, Oregon, Washington, Hawaii, Nevada, New Mexico, Rhode Island, Minnesota, VT, ME, and MT. So, you know, like, it's just a matter of time. And, I mean, Idaho's so full of Mormons, like, no offense if you're a Mormon, but a lot of Mormons are like, oh, because I believe that that's wrong, it should be illegal. Like, because I believe that my God tells me that I'm not allowed to do that, so it's illegal for everybody. No, not everybody thinks like them. Like, just because Idaho has a bunch of them in there, like, just because weed's legal doesn't mean you have to smoke it. Like, doesn't mean you have to consume it at all. Like, sometimes, dude, I'm so shocked with people because people, like, they come to me and they're like, wow, like, you're a shitty person, you're so dumb, like, smoking weed is so dangerous and so unhealthy for you. Like, dude, I am sick of hearing that shit. Like, weed is good. Weed is pure. Weed is very helpful in many, many ways, and weed wouldn't be growing on the earth if we weren't meant to use it in some way. And if we weren't meant to smoke it, we were meant to eat it. And it's there for us to use, and we're not using a source that could be very, very helpful to us. Like, very helpful. We could make so much money. We could have tons of fuel, never have to worry about fuel. We could have paper and paper and paper and stop cutting down trees. Like, we could help the environment doing this shit. Like, and then a lot of these goody two-shoe people who are all like, oh, we need to save the environment, we need to, you know, do this and do that. Weed would help with that, but they're all, oh no, weed's bad, blah, blah, blah. Like, are you fucking stupid? If you're gonna say that something is bad, that I shouldn't do something, at least know your fucking facts first. For real. Like, I don't know, it just makes me so mad. Like, people are just clueless. Like, they have no idea what's going on with shit. And, it's just like, really, dude? If you're gonna, like, be talking like you know anything about anything, then use your facts. Like, get some fucking facts, for real. Alright, so that's the end of my video. Leave me your comments and tell me what you think. And have a great day.